some ideas, spiritual ideas that you've had. It's time to really put them into action. I just ask for these divine consciousness messages for you. Wow. Okay. You're really putting into action what you've been learning, and it's helping you to be very decisive, which is excellent for spiritual. And your decisiveness, you're clear, and clarity allows. You might actually be realizing that you've been this way for a while, but you hadn't maybe given notice to what it was that you were doing or what was happening, and now you're aware of it. So beginning to gain control over it and leading it rather than being led by the flow of spirituality, which is your, you know, your thoughts, your energy, your inner. And recognizing the different inspirations, whether they recognizing when it's from your physical mind versus when it's from your spiritual mind, beginning to see the difference in that. It's a very fertile time for growth in your family, and that doesn't have to be physical growth, but it could be growth in connection. A family that is focused and beginning to burst forth with new opportunities, capabilities, ventures, activities, growth. The family is growing, and more on a spiritual way. And I'm feeling now too that it's because they're following the example that's being set. Following the example being set. So at the same time, it could be you really beginning to be more strict too with someone in the family. with an eye to stability. So this is what you're making firm, making resolute, making strict, making decided. It's new and it's room to grow. And I relate the spirituality card to all the areas, especially because spiritual affects everything external. The internal always affects the external. Romance, one step at a time. Lots of little steps make big dreams come true. And best friends, true friends, stick together no matter what. So, I don't know why, but with all the cards that fell out, I picked them up, put them back, and then I got really strong, the urge to take a second one off the top, so I just did. One step at a time. Maybe you either recently met somebody, or you could have a friend that means a lot to you, and maybe you didn't even realize that that was the first step towards something more. Sometimes people say, oh, I don't want to do that because that's my friend and I don't want to ruin our relationship. Well, let me just tell you, if that's really your friend, then there's nothing you can do to ruin that relationship. If a relationship wasn't to work out between two people who are genuinely friends, then it's totally possible for either one of them to choose to, if it doesn't work out, just make it a way that doesn't have to destroy everything. And either way, whatever way it works out, but best friends, somebody important in your life that is really there for you. So maybe it's a new person, but when you meet this person, when this person comes in, you're gonna get them and you're gonna hold on to them. Because in the romance area, it feels like you're best friends, like you really vibe so much on so many different levels with this person. And it feels good. Somebody may be realizing that they are more into the same sex than the opposite sex. Just got that. Allow for time to pass and just see how things go. Because if it's that good for you, then I feel like you'll hold on to it, but you won't know if it's that good for you off of the first impressions. So let it play out for a little while. If there's somebody already involved, then I feel like they're really happy with the progress that they're making in their relationship. They're very, very, very happy about the way things are progressing right now. And it's like, oh, I found my jackpot. I found my one. That's a beautiful thought. Thank you. And if it is, and it's gonna grow, it's gonna keep growing, gonna keep growing. You have to follow your pure feelings. If something begins to feel If it feels right, then it feels right, and you have to be learning that feeling. You know what it felt like before you got yourself into some trouble. You know what it felt like every step of the way of a long, difficult relationship. And the only good thing about reflecting on that is to be able to recognize it again, so that you allow yourself to be able to figure it out fast and allow your best friend to come in, because this relationship that's for you is going to feel like a best friendship, and we don't want to be stuck to something that doesn't feel the way we want a relationship to feel for us. We don't want to do that because it's possible that it can make us begin to feel stagnant during a time where we're supposed to be growing. Oh, okay, yeah, that's so true, because you get in a relationship that you know is not somebody that you vibe like this with, and they're like holding on to you like these tree branches, like just holding on to you like this too, you know. So make sure that it's something that really feels good and on all the different levels, because they might not physically be holding you down like that or whatever, maybe for some, but I hope not. But on a spiritual level, and it's not that they're holding you down, it's that you're the one holding yourself down so that you can stay on this plane with them. Because if you were to really be in your spiritual self and be around that same person, they wouldn't be around you, and you know that. Is it worth it? You're trying to birth forth a more advanced being of yourself. And what is happening is a time of growth. So anything that is, it's just like the little bud pushes through and the stuff moves out of the way. That's what's about to happen right now. And it could be that, it could be that way in the family too. If there's some situations that's been going on at home that have been feeling like they're restricted, well, it's time for that to be pushed through. And I'm not saying go and decide to do this and decide to do that and all this stuff. But it really feels like there's growth to be made. And so on some level, on some things, certain things will have to be pushed to the side. It could be some projects or activities with the family that just really aren't benefiting you. And I hate to say it, guys, but I'm not really into that like you are. So you know what, I'm really into this. I'm gonna go over here and do what I need to do. Because the basis of everything is about you coming into understanding your spirituality, your spiritual self, your divine mind, your divine viewpoint, your divine perspective, your divinity. Thank you for joining me.